How's it going, everyone? It's Nathan from Nathan's MRE, and today we have a very special ration. This is a MRE from the Czech Republic. This is a IMRE, which is a civilian version of the BDP, and this particular one is a 24-hour ration, so that means roughly 3 meals. Okay, so this meal is actually, I think this one's off Amazon. This is from MRE Zone Combat Rations, and I'll put a link down below. I don't have any affiliate with this seller. Maybe this seller will see this video, and maybe that'll change. Maybe we can affiliate with him and work together a little bit. So that being said, we have down here is expiration date at 2/28/2018, and this is menu number 1. So let's hit her with the translator and see what's in here. Okay, so we're going to hold a little bit sideways here. And at the top here it says, ready for consumption, or ready to eat. And obviously I have some English on it. Individual meal ready to eat. And then right above that it says personal food dose. Let's see here. So this particular one, the main is Moravian Sparrow, and pork something. The translator's having a hard time with this language. Tuna and oil, fruit spread. I don't know. We're just gonna go open it up and see. But overall, it should be a pretty cool ration. Okay, so as you may think, Moravian Sparrow is not actually sparrow. It's actually pork and potatoes. So, that being said, let's open this thing up. I would like to keep this for display, so we'll carefully chowder up the end of this, I guess, and see. I'm sorry I didn't cut towards my hair. I cut towards my hand this time. Make some of you guys happy. All right, pull that out of here. A very large white box. Look at that. It's quite a lot of food. And we have a very small packet of, it says drink 69, multivitamin drink. We have the crisp bread. This is the dark. And over here we have crisp bread, another dark crisp bread. Usually you get one light and one dark. Apparently not this time. We have an accessory pack. I think this one pretty much just contains napkins and possibly some moist towelettes. I got 3 packs of moist towelettes, and then a pretty healthy stash of paper towels or napkins. Moving on, this is, I don't know what all this stuff's going to be here. I think these are sugars. We're going to come back to those here in just 1 second. We have a chocolate bar. I don't know if it says anything other than that. It is not. We have a tea bag of Velta tea. We have another Velta tea. We have what feels like possibly a multivitamin tablet. And this is coffee. This is coffee. This is sugar. This is sugar. That sugar. That sugar. That sugar. And the CUKOR I know is sugar. That sugar. Holy crap. And that sugar. So the other two, I'm guessing these are salt. That's the only thing it could be, being that small. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 packs of sugar. That is a lot of sugar. Moving on, we have a slightly dinged can here, and it has, what I'm guessing is luncheon meat. And we'll hit that with the translator real quick and see. And this is, it says fun, the translation in the red label. Yeah, this is, I'm guessing, it says pork meat, so I'm guessing that's going to be like a pork luncheon meat. This guy here is awfully squished, but he's not leaking, so that's good. And this translates to pork in their own diet. Pork in their own fat, maybe? Okay. Gonna pull that out of here. And these can take a pretty hard hit. It's like the Russian stuff and not leak. There's no leaks at all on it. That is good. We have some tuna, some Isabel tuna. And if that'll translate, tuna and vegetable oil. Okay. We have a little package of Orbit's gum. We have another chocolate bar. And this is a nice little treat here. We have 3 packages of strawberry jam. And we have our main, which is our Moravian Sparrow. And this says pork on caraway. And it has a picture of, it's almost like a stew kind of. It should have potatoes in it, but that's not guaranteed. Sometimes you just never know with this stuff. Let me hit it real quick with this. Sterilized meat product, ready to eat. It says pork meat, water, onion, wheat flour, salt, spices, thickeners. And that's really all it says. That's quite a large package of that. I don't know why these all have little stickers on them, if that's an IMRE thing or what that is just exactly. So yeah, I don't know. The Moravian Sparrow might be pretty interesting. And that is all that's in a box. So let's go and get it out onto a tray. Okay, so one thing I did notice about this meal, there is no utensils in it, which that's fine. We'll work our way around that. So we're gonna stack up this stuff back there. Do our tuna. We got our main. We have our 2 sides. I guess this would actually be the other 2 mains. Our dark bread. We don't really need our 8 packets of sugar this very minute. Moist towelette, and we'll do our chocolate bars. We'll put those right there. So the only thing that's in question here is this guy. So let's go and open this up right now. And I think these are vitamin tablets by the feel of them. And those are, I don't remember on these if these are vitamin C tablets. Don't really smell like much of anything. The pouch only says HCORNOVY. CUKR. That was the sugar, wasn't it? The CUKR? Yeah. I don't know. We'll see. We'll investigate here in just a few minutes. Okay, so we'll go and open the main up first. Let's see what this is all about. Quite a hefty can. There we are. And it looks kind of like a beef stew or a pork stew. This have a very, very, very different smell to it. I don't know if it's almost like a sage and bay leaf. I don't really smell any of the onions in it at all. So I don't know. It should be interesting. We'll get that heated up. I don't know if this is supposed to be heated or eaten cold. I think these other 2 are supposed to be eaten cold. I'll go ahead and straighten this out real quick before I open it. Maybe we could judge by looking at it and see. Yeah. So, I mean, I guess you can heat this up. but it's definitely like a pork luncheon meat. And believe it or not, this and this smell very, very, very similar. You wouldn't think that would be the case, but that is. And this was the pork in its own juices, I guess. This is actually a pate. A very large pate too, I may add. And I don't know if it says the expiration date on the bottom of 2/9/2019. All right, so everything's heating up here. We'll go ahead and fix our multivitamin drink. I'll try to translate it. It won't translate. That's pretty much all it says. And take a look at it here. It's definitely yellow. Smells like vitamins. Can't tell if it's actually yellow. It looks yellow on the camera, but I think it's more of an orange. I think last time I did one of these, you don't want to fill the glass up all the way, if I remember right. Okay, so first up, we got our hot water. Let's go ahead and do our tea. See if we can rip it open without ripping the bag off. There we go. It smells like a very nice black tea. And then we'll move on to our coffee here. Coffee is just freeze dried. Very large granules of that. Put that right there. Okay, I think at this point we're ready to go ahead and crank up on one of these dark crisp breads. I'm going to go ahead and fillet the top of this guy open so I don't damage him. Look at those guys. This actually look pretty good. They smell a little bit plasticky. Maybe we'll just try a piece of this by itself to start with. It tastes totally fine. It tastes like a cross between popcorn and regular bread. That's the way I could describe it. Now I don't know if I can scoop some of this out here. Try a little pate on it. You can see the pate is a little lighter pink on the inside. Has a very rich buttery smell, similar to the Russian ration we did the other day. Similar to that pate. Let's take a bite and see. That is actually more mild than the Russian version of it. A lot more mild. Another big slab on her. We'll chow that down. That's actually pretty dang good. It's not really so much a creamy texture to it, more of a texture of like bologna. Super mild, super good. You could definitely eat a whole can of that, and you won't get that kind of pork overload. Okay, so first up here we have our pork luncheon meat, and all we did was take the chill off of that. Or we try to do is still a little bit gelled on top. You can see right there. And it does have quite the strong odor to it. Maybe a lot of onion in it. And it's just slightly warm at this point. You can see here. I don't know. You can't always tell by smelling stuff. Sometimes you just have to try it. So we're going to go ahead and try this. And it's just kind of like a a loose pork meat, almost like a sausage. Let's try it once to see. It does taste a lot different than what it smells. The smell is off-putting, but the taste is actually very nice. It's definitely highly seasoned. You know, I can't pinpoint. Definitely a lot of bay leaf and possibly a little bit of sage. It's really hard to pinpoint what exactly is in it. Okay, and our Moravian Sparrow, I think that should stay on the tray and not melt it. Hope it'll stay on the tray and not melt it. This stuff, it looks like it's cold, but it's definitely hot. See here, it's just like a real thick gravy. And there's pieces of pork in it. Like a big chunk right there. I don't see any potatoes in this particular one. These are very fine. I'm so curious about this. Let's go ahead and try it. It looks like a really hearty beef stew, but it's pork. Definitely has some rosemary in it. It has almost like a perfumey kind of smell to it. Very unlike anything I've ever had. I'm not even sure how to describe that, to be honest with you. Possibly even some caraway seed in there. Possibly. I don't know that much. Let me think about this here just a minute. Maybe some fennel in that. You know, almost like a licorice kind of hint to it, which fennel will give it. Very odd to my palate. I'm going to say fennel, caraway seed, maybe some other stuff I'm not familiar with. Moving on, let's get this vitamin drink over here. I would give that, just because my mouth is so unused to that, I would give that a 6 or 7 out of 10. That's what I would say. Let's try a vitamin drink here. Not to mean to offend anybody in the Czech Republic, but that's what I think. Oh yeah. Slightly effervescent. Got a slight Mr. Clean kind of lemon hit to it. Definitely heavy on the vitamin C. That's for sure. That's a nice hard citrus hit to it. Nice hard vitamin hit to it also. Let me see here. So I think we're down to our tuna and vegetable oil. Let's go and crank this open. It's definitely an odd menu setup, I guess. I guess your pate and your tuna and oil would be one meal. And then your meats would be the other two. I have a nice purple can of Isabel tuna. Try not to spill it all over the place. Got a lot of water, or in this case, oil on it. Hit you guys real quick. Put you back on point here. There we are. And we got a fork laying here. We're going to go and try this out. Quick smell. Smells just like standard grocery store tuna. Looks pretty decent. It's a very nice lightweight oil. And the tuna does have a very nice taste to it. I'm sure a lot of people make a sandwich from the dark wheat bread from this. Me personally, I like eating tuna just right out of the can. Excellent tuna. Let's go ahead and try some of our tea here. Make sure it's steeped nice and good. There you go. I'm going to take a sip and see. Almost has a little bit of a honey smell to it. That is a very nice tea. Not overly powerful, not bitter at all. Very nice and mild. And I'm a little bit anxious here to try this jam out. We'll get us another crisp bread out here. And we're going to get us one of our jams. That didn't work out too good. Good enough. We're going to take a big slab of our jam, almost the whole little container. Spread it on one of our crisp breads. It is kind of a dark colored jam, and it is strawberry. We're going to take a bite of that and see. Nice strawberry smell coming off of it. This is a very nice combo. And I guess your breakfast could just be these 3 tubs of jam and a lot of this delicious crisp bread. I don't know if that's enough to fill you up or not. It is pretty aerated bread. But hey, it's definitely not a bad meal. Okay, so we're going to move on to our coffee here, and then our chocolates. Coffee seems to look pretty decent. A nice mild roast to it. It is very similar, almost identical to the Russian coffee. That's actually not bad. A lot more mild than you would expect from MRE coffee. You think it'd just be harsh and bold. We're going to move on to our chocolate. This is 53% chocolate, 25-gram bar, according to the back of it. And we have a piece of it right there. It's a nice dark chocolate. This would be pretty fresh. Not turned white at all. Very, very delicious. Okay. And moving on, I'm a little bit curious about these tablets here. And it had sugar and I can't really tell what else. Go ahead and take just a bite out of it and see what's going on here. Almost like a dextrose slash a possible vitamin C tablet. It's actually very nice. Has a nice sweetness to it. It definitely something you could eat a lot more than 2 of them. But hey, it is what it is. I forgot to try our wet nap. We're over here like a wild animal. Eating without trying this first. A little bit larger than your standard wet nap. In case you got to use it for other things, if you know what I mean. It does have a lemon kind of cologne smell to it, if that makes any sense. I don't know. Pop our little greasy little mitts off here. And it's pretty, no, it's actually pretty brittle. But it is something a little bit different, I guess. Okay, and last but not least, the Orbit's gum. Rip that down the side. This is a dental gum, has a picture of a tooth on it. I think it actually says what flavor. Looks like peppermint. Let's find out. Absolutely, definitely peppermint. Nice and soft. Definitely a nice finish to this to clean your teeth. So I guess that's going to be it, guys. The 24-hour IMRE from the Czech Republic turned out to be pretty good overall. That's going to be all for today's video, guys. Thanks for watching the video. Hope you all have a good day, and we'll see you later.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars